Okay, so good morning. And the last class we discussed about the basics about active and passive devices, and we have introduced Ohm's law and its limitations are also discussed. And how Ohm's law can be applied to electric circuit, understanding the series and parallel combinations of electric resistors connections, particularly in your circuit. Okay, so these two components, applying Ohm's law and understanding resistors, particularly in series parallel combination, has to be discussed today. And we have already discussed this first two, active and passive devices, Ohm's law and its limitations. Okay. Uh, okay, these two we have already discussed in the previous class. Right now, we will start dealing with applying Ohm's law in an electric circuit and understanding resistors in its series and parallel connections. Meanwhile, you kindly tell me whether my audio is clear and slides are visible. Hello, is my audio and is visible and sorry, it's my audio is audible actually. Am I audible and whether my slides are clear? Everybody in the class,
Yes,
please.
sir.
Okay, fine. So anyway, we started with the definition of nodes, uh, branches, loops, and meshes. We will start with this and we will prolong with that series parallel combination of resistors later. So what is a node? It's a connecting point, right? Let us say this point P. Okay, this point P is a node which is connecting different components. Okay, all the components. One end is connected at a point, and this point is said to be a node actually, right? The interconnecting point between two or more elements is called as a node. It may have a passive. It may have a passive device or an active device in its connection, probably, right? And what is a branch? The path where uh, uh, the components are connected and through which a current passes through that. Okay, we call that as a path. Let us say this figure number two. This figure number two provides you, okay, AB, AC, and AD are branches. Okay, they are called as branches. Okay, right. What is a loop? Any closed path. Okay, which has a number of components connected inside it. It forms a closed path. Like in this slide, you have figure number one. You have A, B, C, D, A. The loop is A, B, C, D, A. Okay, this is a loop. Okay, this is a loop. And what is a mesh? A mesh is again another loop which does not enclose any other loops inside it. For example, if you take A, B, E, F, A, B, E, F, A. Okay, A, B, E, F, again A. Okay, it's a closed path. It starts from one point, one node, and it has to end at the same node. Then only you will get a closed path. If that is the case, okay, it is not including any other loop inside it. So we can also call this as a mesh. But if you take A, B, C, D, E, F, again A, if you take this point, okay, this path, okay, this is enclosing a loop which is again A, B, C, E, F, A, which is inside it. The A, B, C, D, E, F, A உள்ள A, B, E, F, A யும் இருக்கு. அப்போ this is a loop but not a mesh. Not a mesh. This is both loop and mesh. Do you understand what is a loop and what is a mesh actually? Hello? Hello, people in the class? A loop is nothing but a closed path. A mesh is again, it is also a loop, but it should not have inside. Okay, அதே லூப்புக்குள்ள இன்னொரு லூப் இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்போ நான் சொன்ன இந்த ABCDEFA. ஓகே, இதுல நீ பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த சர்க்கியூட்டோட அவுட்டர் பார்ட், இந்த சர்க்கியூட் வெளியில போகக்கூடிய அந்த பார்ட். அப்போ இதுக்குள்ள இன்னொரு லூப் இருக்கு. என்ன லூப் இருக்கு? ABEFA. அப்போ இது கண்டிப்பா மெஷ் கிடையாது. ஆனா ABEFAங்கிறது இட்ஸ் அகைன் அ லூப் as well as it is a mesh because இதுக்குள்ள எந்த லூப்பும் கிடையாது. ஓகே, ஃபர்தரா ஒரு inside it and inside a mesh it is not inside a loop it is not having another loop. So we can call this as a mesh. So a mesh is a loop which does not enclose any other loops inside it. So an example for that is ABEFA. Okay, it is both loop and a mesh, but ABCDEF is not a loop because not a mesh because it is including another loop ABEFA inside it. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Sir.
Okay, fine, thank you. So let us go to the next part, which has to be discussed today. The most important. What is that? Resistors in series. Resistors in series and parallel. So this figure A is providing resistors connected in series, and this resistor B, this figure B provides resistors connected in parallel. Okay, if it is connected in series, how do you say it is in series? Let us say I am providing a signal X here for my first okay, let us say that figure A, I am providing an input X here. The input X is supplied to the first resistor R1, and the output of R1, let us say it is X1. Okay, X1 is supplied as the input to the next element. For example, let us assume that in your classroom, you remember your classroom, you are allotted with a lot of benches and desks. Actually, you normally sit there. Let us take one particular bench and or a desk where 3 to 4 students are sitting aside. பக்கத்து பக்கத்துல ஒரு 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 பெஞ்சில் உட்காந்துருக்குறாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. இப்போ நான் வந்து let us assume that you have a bench like this in your classroom. A, B, C, D are 4 students sitting there. If I am giving a pen to, a pen is provided to A. Am I right or not? A pen is provided to A. What happens? I am asking this to be passed to the other students there. Okay, what you normally do? A will pass it to B, B will pass it to C, C will pass it to D, and D will pass it to the other person who is in the other desk maybe, or he will return back to me. Okay, so what is happening? The input is supplied to the first person, and the output of the first person goes to the second person. The output of the second goes to third and the fourth afterwards. Likewise, the input is provided to the first element R1. The output of the first element goes as the input for the second element. Second element's output goes as the input for the third element, and vice versa. It goes on like that, continues like that. You call this as a series connection or a cascade connection. A cascade connection. But here in parallel, if you see that you have only 2 terminal ends where I cannot provide a separate input to each elements. இங்க கொடுத்த மாதிரி ஒவ்வொரு எலிமெண்ட்டுக்கும் நான் தனித்தனியா இன்புட் கொடுக்க முடியாது. Whatever the input is provided is common to all the elements. Is common to all the elements. Again, for example, I am providing a 5 volt. If I am providing a 5 volt, this R1 is also having a 5 volt input. This is also having a 5 volt input. This will also have 5 volt, and this also will have a 5 volt. So the input is going to be same. That is, the voltage is same here. But what happens? The current is divided. The current is divided based on the value of R1. R1 ஓட வேல்யூவை பொறுத்து current மாறும். I1, I2, I3 and I4. இங்க I1 may not be equal to I2, not equal to I3, not equal to I4. இதை நான் கண்டிப்பா சொல்ல முடியாது. ஏன்னா எல்லா ரெசிஸ்டரோட வேல்யூவும் சேமாக இருந்ததுன்னா கண்டிப்பாக இந்த வேல்யூவும் சேமாக தான் இருக்கும். So I cannot mandatorily define that I1 is not equal to I2 not equal to I3. அது சொல்ல முடியாது. It depends upon the value of R. ஓகே, ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் உடைய வேல்யூவை பொறுத்து மாறும். ஓம்ஸ் லா வச்சு நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா I is equal to V by R. அப்போ R ஓட வேல்யூவை பொறுத்து I1, I2, I3, I4 ஓட வேல்யூ மாறும். எல்லா வேல்யூவும் ஒன்னா இருந்ததுன்னா I1, I2, I3, I4 எல்லாமே ஒன்னா இருக்கும். எல்லாம் வேற வேறையா இருந்ததுன்னா I1, I2, I3, I4 வேறையா இருக்கும். அப்போ கரண்ட் இங்க டிஃபரெண்ட், ஆனா இங்க வோல்டேஜ் ஒன்னு. இங்க இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இங்க X1 X2 நம்ம எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணோம் இல்லையா, X1 X2ங்கிறதுக்கு பதிலா வாட் ஐ கேன் சே, I can write it like in the terms of current. Okay, I am passing an I here. The same I will be coming here, the same I will be coming here. Okay, and output also you will have the same I. But what happens, based on the value of R1 with the same amount of current, your voltage varies. Your voltage across the element will vary. வேற வேறையா இருக்கும். எப்போ R1, R2, R3, R4 வேறையா இருந்தா definitely it is going to vary. So we call this type of network as voltage division. Voltage divide ஆகுது இங்க. Voltage divide ஆகுது இங்க. We say it is current division. Current இங்க divide ஆகுது. Current வேற வேறையா ஆகுது. Current நம்ம மாத்தி கொடுத்துக்க முடியும். இப்போ என்கிட்ட ஒரு 4 சர்க்கியூட் இருக்கு. ஒரு சர்க்கியூட்டுக்கு 2 வோல்ட் தேவை, ஒரு சர்க்கியூட்டுக்கு 5 வோல்ட் தேவை, ஒரு சர்க்கியூட்டுக்கு 10 வோல்ட் தேவை, இன்னொரு சர்க்கியூட்டுக்கு 3 வோல்ட்ஸ் தேவை. அப்போ நான் என்ன செய்ய முடியும், என்னுடைய R1, R2, R3, R4 சூஸ் பண்றது மூலமா சேம் அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் கரண்ட் தான் வரும். சேம் அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் கரண்ட் தான் வரும். ஆனா என்னுடைய ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் வேல்யூ சூஸ் பண்றது மூலமா எனக்கு என்ன செய்ய முடியும், ஐ கேன் ஓகே கெட் மை ரிக்வயர்ட் அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் வோல்டேஜ். R1, R2, R3, R4 நான் டிசைட் பண்றது மூலமா கரண்ட் இப்போ 5 கரண்ட் வந்து எனக்கு 5 ஆம்ஸ் வருதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. கரண்ட் 5 ஆம்ஸ் வருது, எனக்கு 2 வோல்ட் வருதுன்னா என்னுடைய வோல்டேஜ் வந்து என்னோட ஓம்ஸ்ல என்ன சொல்லுது, V is equal to I into Rன்னு சொல்லுது. கரண்ட் எனக்கு வேல்யூ தெரியும், வோல்டேஜ் எனக்கு 2 வரணும். ஓகே, அப்போ ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் வேல்யூ என்னவா இருக்க முடியும், R is equal to 2/5 which is equal to 0.4. அப்போ 0.4 ஓம்ஸ் நான் சூஸ் பண்ணேன்னா இன்டூ 0.4 போட்டேன்னா எனக்கு எவ்வளோ கிடைக்கும், 2 வோல்ட் கிடைக்கும். அதே எனக்கு 5 வோல்ட் வேணும்னா எவ்வளோ ஓம்ஸ் போடணும், 1 ஓம் போடணும். 10 வோல்ட் வேணும்னா எவ்வளோ போடணும், 2 ஓம்ஸ் போடணும். It goes on like that. So I can decide it. I can divide my voltage. So we call a series combination of resistors as voltage division and a parallel combination of resistors as current division. Okay, right. The other most important property of this series connection or the component which has to be found out is R equivalent or R total. Okay, let us say we have 4 resistors connected in series. The equivalent of all these resistance, இது எல்லாத்தையும் நான் மொத்தமா இந்த சர்க்யூட்டோட டோட்டல் ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் என்னன்னு நான் கேட்கிறேன். ஓகே, அப்போ அதுல வந்து சீரிஸ் கனெக்ஷன்ல இருக்கு இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டயக்ராம்ல. அப்போ டோட்டல் ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் கேன் பி ரிட்டன் as the addition of all the resistors R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4. If you add all these resistance, whatever the value you get is called as R equivalent. The same way, if you go for parallel combination says that 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4. Do you understand? 1 by R4. Series combination na enna seiyano, just add all the values. If it is a parallel combination, then 1 by total resistance is equal to each value has to be divided 1 by R1, 1 by R2, 1 by R3. Then you have to add it. So if you take your LCM, you will get an LCM R1, R2, R3, R4. The other combinations will be there. For R1 it will be R2, R3, R4. For R2 it is going to be R1, R3, R4. It goes on. And its inversion. So if you see that, okay, these are the points you have to remember while you are dealing with the resistor connected in series and parallel. So finding out what is the total resistance, okay, how voltage is being divided, which is same in a series resistor, which is different in a series connection. Okay, the same way what is there, what is same, what will be same in the parallel connection, what will be different in a parallel connection, how to find an equivalent resistance in a parallel connection, it goes on. Any doubts here in this particular slide? Anything you want to ask me? People in the class, please.
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Hello. Okay. Anybody has a doubt, please ask me. I'm ready to explain it again. If anybody want me to repeat my explanation, I am ready to explain it again. So what are the points we have to remember? Now let us say the same thing what I have discussed the previous time is available here. You can see that the R equivalent of the resistor. Let us say you have n number of resistors. For example, we have 3 resistors here, R1, R2, R3 connected across a common voltage source V. So based on the value of R1, R2, R3, your voltage across that resistor will be dropped, V1, V2, V3. But the current remains the same. The same current flows through each resistor in series. But series do not get the total source voltage, but it divides it. So we call this as a voltage dividing network. You understand? And the total resistor is R1, R2, R3. Totally you have to add all these 3. This is there in your series part. When you go for a parallel network, then you can see that the current is varying. I is divided into I1, I2. But the voltage V1 is equal to V2, which is equal to V. The potential drop across each resistor in parallel is same. And the equivalent resistance, as I mentioned, it is there. 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, 1 by R3, it goes on. If you take a 2 resistor network like this, again they are parallel, the input is same to them, R1, R2. Then what is the R equivalent? R equivalent can be written as the same formula. 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. If I take LCM, what I will get? R1, R2. This is R2 plus R1. So 1 by R equivalent is equal to this one. So what is R equivalent? R equivalent is equal to R1, R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Very simple to remember. Very simple to remember. So if you have 2 resistors, let us say R1 is equal to some 2 ohms and R4 is equal to 3 ohms. So what is R equivalent? R equivalent is equal to 6 by 5, which is equal to 1.2 ohms. If you have same resistance, R1 is equal to R2. So if you substitute that, what happens? You will have R squared divided by 2R, which will give me R by 2. So if I have same resistor, then half of the resistor will be my total equivalent. If both the resistors are 2 ohms, then half of that resistance is going to be its equivalent. So 2 ohm resistor is in both the cases, R1 is equal to 2 and R2 is equal to 2, then 1 ohm is the equivalent resistance. If 5 ohm resistor is R1 is equal to 5 and R2 is equal to 5, then R equivalent will be equal to 2.5. It is based on the formula. Clear? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Everybody in the class, please. If you need a clarification, please put it in the chat box. If you are clear, make it as yes or no. Yes in the chat box makes me understand that you are clear with the concept. No in the chat box will provide me an idea. Okay, I have to repeat a point. Which point I have to repeat? Okay. Okay, most of you are saying yes. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Right. So we will go to the next point. So we will try to, yes, please. We will try to differentiate a series parallel circuit, series and parallel circuit. If you see that, okay, if series in this case, then what is same? Voltage in the circuit, voltage in the circuit. This is series and this is parallel. Okay, what about this voltage in the circuit? in series circuit, whether they are same or different? People in the class, please respond. If it is a series circuit, voltage will be same or different?
Same,
Hello?
sir.
In a series circuit, it should be different. It is not same. But in parallel, voltage will be same. The other way, current is same in the circuit. Current will be same in the circuit. Okay, current will be different. Current will be different. Current will be different. The other name for I can call this series network connection or the series connection of resistors as voltage divider, and here we call this as current division, current divider. And probably I can say, which I have not discussed actually, but you can remember that when you are coming to discuss with the Kirchhoff's law, we will come across this. Kirchhoff's voltage law, okay, is the base for series circuits, and Kirchhoff's current law is the base for parallel circuit. Here, Kirchhoff's voltage law will deal with mesh analysis. Here, we basically use nodal analysis to analyze the circuit. So, mesh analysis is used mostly to deal with series connections, and nodal analysis is used for parallel connectivity networks. Okay, most probably it is easier to use that. I will not argue that we cannot go for a KVL network in a parallel connection. We can, but it is ideally suited methodology is nodal analysis. Okay, so these are some of the points you can remember when you are coming across a series and parallel circuit. So let us go for a problem. Let us test how far you have understood the problem. Okay, I will give you this problem. Read the statement first. A battery with a terminal of 9 volt here. A battery with a terminal of 9 volt is connected to a circuit consisting of 4 20 ohm resistors, R1, R2, R3, R4. They are 20 ohm resistors and one 10 ohm resistors, all connected in series. Assume the battery has a negligible internal resistance. Okay, that is not much important here. We will omit that. We will discuss about that later. What is an internal resistance and all, right? What is asked actually? Calculate the equivalent resistance. Please put it in the chat window, or someone unmute and say what is the total resistor of this network. What is the total resistance of this network? Four resistor of 20 ohms and one resistor with 10 ohms. What should be done if you have a series resistance connected to find its total resistor or equivalent resistance? Yes, Clarish Felina, that is absolutely correct. Sushma Karunya, everybody is correct, right? It's 90 ohms because you have to add all the resistance values. 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 will give you 80, plus 10 will give me 90. So R equivalent, which is asked in subdivision A, the equivalent resistance of the circuit is 90 ohms. Any doubts here? Any doubts here? Everybody? Everybody? Are you clear how you
Yes,
got
sir.
it? We have to add all the resistance values R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4 plus R5, which is equal to R equivalent. So you got it like 90. What is the second subdivision? Calculate the current through each resistor. Now tell me, in a series network, whether current is same or different. In a series network, please tell me whether the current is same or different. Correct, it is same. Again, Jennifer Nisha. Yes, current is going to be same. So how to find a current value? What is the formula you remember? Anybody unmute and say? Switch on your mic and you can answer it. What is the formula to find the current actually? Someone has answered already. Yes. Someone can unmute your mic and say, what is the formula? Are you going to use your Ohm's law? What is Ohm's law says? There is a linear relationship between voltage and current. And
V equal to
it is,
I.
yes, exactly. V is equal to IR. What is asked? I is asked. So V by R. What is voltage here? Voltage is 9 volt. What is the resistance here? 90. So I will get 1 by 10, which is equal to 0.1 amps, which is equal to 0.1 amperes. Okay, they are asking for determine the total power dissipated by the resistors and the power supplied by the battery. To find out the power dissipated by the resistor, what is the formula you know? Hello? Power formula. For across a resistor, how do you find the power? Power is equal to power across a resistor can be determined. What is the that is okay. Voltage into current is also okay, but I can also directly write based on the resistor value. It is I squared into R or V squared by R. That is okay. But current is same here. Resistance is different, so I take I squared by R. Sorry, I squared into R. So for every resistor, you have a power dissipation. Okay. So we know the current is same here. So it is 0.1 squared into 20. That is for R1. Okay, PR1, the power dissipated across R1, which is equal to 0.1 squared into 20. What is the value? It is 0.1 into 0.1 into 20. So what is the value? It is going to be 0.2 watts. Am I right? Is that right or not? 20 into 0.1 will give me 2. 2 into 0.1 again will give me 0.2. So 0.2 watts. And this power will be same for what? PR2, PR3, which is equal to PR4. But PR5, the resistance is different. So you will get 0.1 the whole squared into 10, which will give me 0.1 watts. So if I find all the values of the power dissipated across each resistor, this is going to have 0.2, this is going to have 0.2, this is going to have 0.2, this is 0.2 and this is 0.1. So totally how much you get? 0.9. So the total power dissipated. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Power dissipated across each resistor, okay, is 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.1, and its total is 0.9 watts. Or I can use another formula. What is that formula? Total resistance. Total resistance is how much? Total resistance is 90 ohms. Total current is 0.1, which will also provide me with 0.9 watts. Okay, what is the power supplied? Power supplied is the total voltage is 9 volt into the current is 0.1 amps. So I will get 0.9 watts. The total power supplied is being dissipated here. So in a series network, if you say that, what I can conclude from the series network? From the series network, the total power supplied by the battery is the power dissipated by the resistors connected in that. Both will be equal. That is the comment I can finally comment. I can put on this particular problem. So, application of Ohm's law in determining the needed parameters in an electrical network based on a series circuit. Okay, so this is an example for applying Ohm's law and the relation between different parameters, finding out the unknown parameters. Okay, in a series network. The same way, let us put that in a parallel circuit, in a parallel network. So if you see that, any, okay, before that, any doubts in the previous problem? Hello, any doubts in the previous problem?
No, sir.
Okay, fine, right. So let us go to the second problem. That it involves with the parallel network. So we have three resistors. R1 is 1 ohm, R2 is 2 ohms, and R3 is 2 ohms. They are connected in parallel. The parallel connection is attached to a voltage of 3-volt source. So how my diagram looks like? My diagram will have a battery, and the battery value is 3 volts. It is connected to three resistor values, R1, R2, and R3. R1, R2, and R3. R1 is equal to 1 ohm, R2 is equal to 2 ohms, and R3 is equal to 2 ohms. Okay. So what are asked actually? The first one is they are asking what is R equivalent or R total. The second one they are asking for to find the current supplied by the source. Okay, the current supplied by the source, that is the current available here. I is equal to what? Then calculate the currents in each resistor. The current in each resistor. Let us say the current passing here is I1, this is I2, and this is I3. Okay, so I1, I2, and I3 has to be found. Then the fourth one is calculate the power dissipated by each resistor. They are asking to find what is PR1, PR2, and PR3. Find the power output of the source and show that it equals the total power dissipated by the resistor. Again, they are asking for the total power and prove that the power supplied will be equal to the power dissipated. Let us say PD and PS. Power supplied is equal to PD. So all these has to be proved. Let me take this to the next slide. I will draw the network first and I will go one by one. So this is R1, this is R2, and this is R3, and this is 3 volt, this is 1 ohm, this is 2 ohms, and this is 2 ohm. Let us R1, R2, and R3. The total current is I supplied. Here it is I1, it is I2, and I3. So what is first asked actually? What is the total resistor? R total or R equivalent. What is the formula? What is the formula? What is the formula for R equivalent? Here. Okay, so applying that formula, 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So, which is equal to 1 by 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So, what is your LCM? Is 2. 2 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 4 by 2, which is equal to 2 ohms. So 1 by R equivalent is equal to 2 ohms. So R equivalent is equal to 1 by 2, which is equal to 0.5 ohms. Is that correct? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So 1 by R equivalent is 2 ohms. So R equivalent is equal to 0.5 ohms. So what is the second thing they are asking? They are asking to find what is the total current I. So using the formula, I can use R equivalent V by R equivalent is equal to the current. So V is equal to 3, and this is equal to 0.5, which will give me how much? Three by 0.5. This much time is required to answer this question. Or you need a calculator here. See, 3 by 1 by 2. 1 by 2 goes outside, so it is going to be 6 amps. So the total current is, thank you very much. Yes, correct, 6 amps. Okay, the total current supplied is 6 amps. Then what is the third question they are asking? Calculate the current in each resistor. Current in each resistor. How can you do that? How to find I1, I2 and I3? Any idea? How to find? Okay, now my okay, the only point which is okay coming to my mind when I see my parallel network is okay, I know voltage is same. Voltage is same across parallel elements. So every resistor, okay, each resistor, across each resistor we are having 3 volt. So if I consider my first resistor R1, the voltage across the resistor is known, the resistor value is also known. So using my first I1 is equal to voltage divided by R1. What is V? V is 3. What is R1? So it is going to be 3 volt. 3 amps. Is it okay? தம்பி parallel நெட்வொர்க்கை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் வோல்டேஜ் சேம், எல்லா எலமெண்ட்லையும் வோல்டேஜ் சேம். இது எல்லாமே பியூர்லி பேரலல். ஓகே, பியூர்லி பேரலா இருக்கு. அப்போ இங்க என்ன சப்ளை வோல்டேஜ் 3 வோல்ட்னா இதுக்கு அக்ராஸும் 3 வோல்ட் தான், R2 அக்ராஸும் 3 வோல்ட் தான், R3 அக்ராஸும் 3 வோல்ட் தான். அப்போ ஒவ்வொரு எலமெண்ட்டுக்கு அக்ராஸா உள்ள வோல்டேஜ் தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு, ரெசிஸ்டர் வேல்யூ தெரிஞ்சிருச்சுன்னா திருப்பி ஓம்ஸ்லா தான். ஓம்ஸ்லா என்ன சொல்லுது? வோல்டேஜ் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு கரண்ட் இன்டு ரெசிஸ்டர். அப்போ கரண்ட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு வோல்டேஜ் பை ரெசிஸ்டர். அப்போ I1ங்கிறது தான் இங்க வரக்கூடிய கரண்ட். லெட் அஸ் சே I1. Okay, I1 is the current passing through R1. Same way, tell me what is I2? I2 is equal to V divided by R2. What is V? How much value is V? Voltage எவ்வளோப்பா?
3, sir.
Okay, 3 volt. Resistor value எவ்வளவு? R2 ஓட வேல்யூ எவ்வளோப்பா? 2 ohms. அப்போ எவ்வளோ வரும்? 3 by 2. 3 by 2 எவ்வளவு? 1.5 amps. I3 எவ்வளவு? V by R3 which is equal to 3 by 2, again 1.5 amps. Now you have completed your task actually. See the current across each element. The current across each element. Now you can see that the total current will be equal to the current divided in the branches. The total current is 6 amps. Now you can add these three, add all these, you will get 6 amps again. So the total current is equal to the divided current in each branches. That is also verified. What is the next thing asked actually? Calculate the power dissipated by each resistor. The power dissipated in each resistor. How can you find it? The previous problem we have done it. Okay, the power across R1 is I1 squared into R1. Power across R2, power in R2 dissipated in R2 is I2 squared into R2. Power dissipated in R3 is I3 squared into R3. So I will have it like 3 squared into 1 here 1.5 squared into 2, 1.5 squared into 2. So you will get 9. What about this one? What about this one? 1.5 squared into 2. So it is 3 by 2 squared. So 9 by 4, 2 2 gets cancelled. 9 by 2, which is equal to 4.5. Again, this is also 4.5. Everything is watts. Watts. So power dissipated in each resistor. You kindly check this one. 1.5 squared into 2. Are you getting 4.5? Because it is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 squared will give me 9 by 4 into 2. So 2 gets 4.5. Okay. Right. So this is correct. Any doubts here in this particular subdivision D? Power dissipated in each resistor? Yes.
No, sir.
Right. So what is the next question? Find the power output of the source and show that it is equal to the power dissipated by the resistors. Okay. Power output of the source, how do you find it? The formula is power of the source is equal to supply voltage into total current. Supply voltage is 3. Total current is how much? 6, which is equal to 18 watts. Now you add all these power dissipated values. Okay, let me take it to the next. So PR1 plus PR2 plus PR3, which is equal to P supplied source. PR1 is how much? It is 9 watts plus 4.5 plus 4.5. So you have observed it. This is 18. So you can answer 18 is equal to 18. 18 watts is equal to 18 watts, which is proved. The total power dissipated by the resistors is equal to the total power supplied. Yes, proved or not? Hello? புரிஞ்சுதா இல்லையாப்பா? டவுட் இருக்கா? தம்பி டவுட் இருக்கா?
No,
யாருக்காவது
sir.
டவுட்
Doubt இல்ல, sir.
இருக்காப்பா?
Doubt இல்ல, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine. So let me provide a homework problem. You try to get me the answer. Only if you are answering the homework problems. If you are not doing it, try to do. Everybody try to do that. Okay. The first problem is okay. Let us say R1, R2 are same. R3 is equal to 4 and R4 is equal to 7 ohms. Voltage is equal to 17 volts. Find. Okay, this is a series network. Series circuit. Find total current in but not current actually, power, total power dissipated and also energy consumed for 1 hour. Okay, this is, you know, the formula for energy and all. Okay, so you try to do that. Energy consumed in 1 hour. Okay, right, this one. The second problem is the same set of values R1, R2, R3 and R4 are in parallel. Try to find the total current. Then current in each branch, power consumed or power dissipated, or you can say power supplied. power supplied for this network. So the same numbers are going to be there. R1 is equal to R2 is equal to 5, R3 is equal to 4, R4 is equal to 7. Okay, let us say this is 16, okay, not 70. Okay, 16 volt. Okay, 16 volt. Please make a change. It is 16 volt. R1, R2 is 5 ohms, R3 is equal to 4 ohm, R4 is equal to 7 ohms. Voltage supplied is 4 volt. Then find the total current, total power dissipated, and also the energy consumed by for 1 hour. Okay, and here the same network is in parallel. Okay, R1, R2 is 5, R3 is equal to 4, R4 is equal to 7, and V is equal to 16. Okay, the total current in each branch and power consumed. Okay, and these two are the homeworks today. Please submit that done problem, your solved problem, the answers by before 8 of this day. Okay, any doubts are there? Anybody? Any doubts? Any questions you have to ask me regarding this?
No, sir.
So let me summarize whatever we have studied. Let me summarize it. So we have introduced you about active and passive elements. Okay, active elements are those elements which are able to provide you energy continuously with respect to time, and passive devices are the elements which normally utilizes the supplied power, supplied energy. And the examples of passive devices are resistor, inductor, and capacitors, and active devices are sources. It may be a voltage source or current source. The voltage or current sources are classified into dependent and independent sources. Okay, independent sources we classify them into voltage source and current source. Dependent sources we have 4 classifications. What are they? Voltage controlled voltage source, current controlled voltage source, voltage controlled current source, and current controlled current source. Okay, then we have introduced you Ohm's law. What Ohm's law stated? There is a linear relationship between voltage and current in a, if you have a resistive element or if you say a passive device inside it, probably particularly resistor oriented networks. And this Ohm's law can be applied only for linear networks. You cannot use it for semiconductor devices or non-metals actually. And when you are applying Ohm's law, you can find out different parameters, and it is there in the pie chart itself. Okay, if you know what are the formulas to find current? Current can be obtained using voltage by resistor, power by voltage, square root of power by R. The same way, voltage, resistor, and power can be obtained by their equivalent formulas. Then what is a series connection? What is a parallel connection? What is a node? What is a branch? What is a loop? What is a mesh? That is also been discussed. And a few example problems are discussed, solved to provide you an idea about how an Ohm's law can be applied to analyze a network. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So if you have no doubts, thank you very much for joining the class. We will meet by the next class. Thank you very much. Try to solve the homework problem as early as possible and send it to me. Thank you very much. See you.
Thank you, sir.